Hey guys, welcome back to Seller Sessions. This one's slightly different. I'm out here in Estonia, got a gig this coming weekend. I thought I'd bring in some of the key Estonian players with inside of the Amazon community. I'm going to go around the table so they can introduce themselves. So starting with you.
Hi, my name is Ardo. Thank you for having me at the podcast. I'm an 8-figure seller in the beauty category and been doing on Amazon or selling on Amazon for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Mihkel or Michael. I'm a 7-figure seller. Have built 3 7-figure accounts from zero and have sold 1 Amazon brand.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm Egle. I'm a 7-figure seller as well. Exited 1, now building 2 more with the team. So this is a never-ending rinse and repeat for us.
Cool.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Neeme. I'm also 8-figure seller in a beauty category, made in USA products, but managed from here, Estonia. And yeah, have a couple of exits before as well, and done for 8 years at Amazon.
A couple of exits.
Yes.
Dark horse. We didn't discuss that yet. And yourself?
Hi, my name is Alvar. I did exit from my Amazon business 3 years ago and now trying out my life after exit.
Cool. Right, let's look at the foundations, okay? So some of you's been going about 8 years or so, right? And take it back to the very beginning. So we're going back 8 years to 2000, late 13, 14. Who was the first to start out of this group?
I think
My
I'm-
name,
Yeah.
So you-
Grandfather.
and
He's the grandfather, yeah.
You're the grandfather. You're the granddaddy of the Estonian scene, yeah?
he's the granddaddy of Estonia team.
Cool. All right, so you started back then. What was the experience like for building the community here? Because if obviously there are going to be other Estonian sellers that are not in this room that probably were selling around that time. But what was it like back then compared to now? Because you start to develop a community over the last few years with the events, and you guys come to seller sessions, and you travel in America, and etc. etc. What was it like back here 8 years ago when you're trying to explain to people that you're selling on Amazon?
Yeah, first it was like this, that we joined one of these ASM rounds, around ASM 2 we started doing, and then every time the next ASM was, because it was the biggest Amazon sellers kind of
Training.
new people's. So we were looking into with my business partner that in a Facebook that is any Estonian kind of added there or not, that there weren't many. So yeah, in the beginning here we just, anyway, not many people understood what we were anyway doing.
But it's a cool story how you met the first Estonian Amazon seller, and it was not in Estonia.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, one of them were Victor, who was doing with his Finnish business partner, and I was part of one mastermind, and then I recorded one video there for one trick on that mastermind, and then he joined like a half a year later, and then he had access to the recordings, and then looked one of the video like my training, and then, well, that guy has a really strong Estonian accent, so must be Estonian stuff. So yeah.
But you met like somewhere in the US, like what first time?
Found me out in Facebook, and then we messaged, and he was back then in Philippines, and then I was in Estonia, and then first time we met was in the next mastermind session in Vegas.
Yeah.
So that was first time I met him.
So you met an Estonian in Vegas?
Yeah.
Excellent. When did you get going? I know you're 8 figures now. You've come over to seller sessions a few times, and I've seen how much you've grown. You've got a big, strong team as well.
Mhm.
When did you get started, and what was give us a bit of a synopsis of your road to 8 figures?
Mhm. Yeah, we started off 4 years ago, and actually this Victor that Neeme was mentioning, he was doing trainings as well. So the first training that we got was from Victor and his Finnish business partner, and I think many of us have at least have seen this training before, but that was like the first foundation that we got to understand what's the Amazon business about. And yeah, like for the first 3 years, 2.5 years, it was me and my brother doing this together. And now just in the past year, we have gone from the 2 of us to a team of 11, and now we're going to hire right now, hiring 5 to 6 more people. So by the end of this year, most probably we're going to be about 20 people or something like that. But I mean, somehow we just struck gold with some products. So hopefully not by accident, but through hard work. And yeah, just this product niche and these products have been growing. The niche has been growing. The products have become more popular, and this has fueled our growth.
Excellent. So you exited 3 years ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the OG of the scene, like over here. Was you one of the founding people that kind of got more Amazon sellers together? Because I know you used to do a lot of work for this, right?
Yeah.
And with the events.
With events and stuff. But
Yeah.
Alvar actually, I think, started the event gatherings and things.
Yeah, I guess I was in the beginning group in Estonia who start selling. I didn't even know the older guys who have already selling on Amazon. So basically what I did, I just put the flag out. I'm selling on Amazon.
Yeah.
I did some conference about that. It was really new topic in Estonia. Nobody didn't know nothing about. People just come not to learn very specific tricks. They just want to know what is it? Is it possible to sell anything on Amazon? So it was like so far away. So yeah, I put the flag out, and then people just started to come over, and then I meet even the guys who were selling before me, but we haven't never met before.
Yeah. Okay. And so you exited 3 years ago. So this is really before the trend happened with the aggregators. You know, everyone's trying to gear for an exit.
Yeah.
You've seen 100 aggregators or so appear. You've seen a lot of changes and up and down. There's been a lot of money in the market. But you seem to have done that pre-aggregator, you know, like the hotspot of aggregators coming in. What was, who did you exit to? Was it like, did you work for a broker or did you sell to an aggregator? What was your story there for your exit?
I think I was in the first round, or one of the first brand, what one of the biggest fund, Trashio, bought.
Yeah.
So I didn't made any preparation for selling. My story was a little bit maybe different than others because I was selling in the niche, what Amazon is calling
Pesticides.
yeah. So, and in one point they said that only American residents can sell pesticides. So I was like worried to lose my business.
Yeah.
So it was like the selling decision for me was coming very quickly. I met Trashio in Las Vegas. There was a big conference.
Yeah.
They had their tent out there. I basically just approached them with my computer, show the product, show their numbers. And they said, yes, that's the thing what we are looking. Email, and after that, basically, it wasn't more.
I'll buy your business in
It wasn't more difficult than buying berries on the market.
Really?
Basically, yeah, I think they did like initial offer by the end of conference already there on
Yeah.
site. That this is probably gonna be like that
Yeah.
amount, and then afterwards they were like looking more into finances, and it became more, accurate to what.
That's pretty good. So you were one of the earliest brands that, say, Thrasio bought, yeah?
Probably.
We don't have to go into technical elements of the deal because of confidentiality and stuff. But obviously that's changed a lot today in terms of there's a lot more structure across all the aggregators now. Their due diligence period's a lot longer now. It's got the days of we'll buy your business in 30 days turns into 60, 90. And obviously people get off under offer and some deals fall through and some move to different places, etc., etc. So who was next? You've done 2 exits.
Yeah, I did one in 2015 already, and back then there was no.
No, that's what I mean. You
Yeah.
come pre that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was that experience like?
Yeah, so we were in one niche where we see that the competition started going more like a price
war.
kind of getting into the price. There are more offers there, and then we weren't sure that we had done it like just more like 1.5 years, I think. And then we thought, okay, if we do just 1 year more we weren't sure that after 1 year's work, we actually do same numbers or better numbers.
Yeah.
So then we thought, okay, maybe it's better to exit, because we personally had like another brand also already going, and we saw much more potential there. So yeah, then we got a contact of one of the brokers who listed our account, and in the end, we had like lots of different buying calls, but the offers, we got like a couple of them, and we agreed with our business partner that once the first offer that hits certain kind of threshold, then we're just gonna go and do the deal. And then yeah, we found there was a private like individual who bought our business.
So that was the first one, 2015.
Yeah.
When was the next exit?
Right. 2 months later, because we had other brand selling same products basically.
Yeah.
So because of this non-compete, we needed to exit that. But that was a smaller stuff. It was like minor stuff. So
So the current brand that you're doing now, do you remind me, is it 7 or 8 figures you built it?
it's 8 figures.
Yeah.
For a couple of last years.
And then you two exited. Did you exit individually or together on the brand?
Individually, yeah. So I exited a year ago, maybe a month, 2 ago, and Egle came, I think, 9 months later.
In December.
So,
Yeah.
So talk about your experience, and then we'll go to you next.
So the experience was interesting. I think it's kind of like what a lot of the people have been saying in the area as well. The talk was very good. Like for us, the goal was to, we're gonna sell the brand. So because we had lots of new ideas, but like capital-wise, it seemed like a stretch, and we wanted to build a bigger organization. So we thought, it makes sense to exit, start the new brands, put some money back into there, and go on a new round and build a much bigger business, much faster. Then we got the good deal that we wanted. We were let's sell it. We were almost not selling, but we were sold by the aggregator by the fact that they said so many times and brought like very competent people to the calls and said, these are like the people who are going to handle your account. They're like top level experts. But what actually happened is like they were like out of stocks, invoices didn't get paid on time, and lots of stuff like that. So that earnout is not happening. Not happening.
That one's gonna be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have about the same story, but I had so much drama behind the December exit. I had almost 18 months of constant struggle. Started to think about exit. Everything was great, and then the main seller went off. It lost like 300,000 revenue monthly, and you cannot do exit. We were doing over 400,000 at this point, and most of it was gone. So we had to kind of restart. It was super stressful. At the same time, we were already me and my partner. We knew that we just don't want to go to vacation and never come back. So we just want to do it again. We had a team teach your team to do Amazon. It's actually just takes so long time. Nobody can teach you that in any like university, how to be an amazing PPC manager, amazing portfolio manager. So we knew we want to do it again, but the main seller went off. We already started to develop the new portfolios that were just only taking money, and we didn't have money. And then the 18 months was just on and off, on and off, on and off, the product coming online, then going offline. You need to fund the two new portfolios that need to be given birth to. And honestly, in December, when the money hit the account, I just could not believe that, because I spent last 18 months basically in a cloud, just hustling myself through all these instabilities.
Yeah. And mindlessly, you're now going to do it all over again.
The struggle is real, yeah.
Yes, but the thing is also we're sitting here because we love complicated games, right? And that's
We persevere, right? That's the common thing, that we just like go through this stone wall called Amazon, right?
And that's the thing with the Estonian community. We're placing actually here physically, where we're sitting in a co-working space. Most of us are here physically working.
How many sellers are here then? Individual sellers?
Do we have like 6, 7 different
probably
companies?
Probably 6, 7 companies.
Yeah, and this
But this
solo people
But there
as well.
isn't just 6 or 7 sellers. There's a lot of sellers. It's just you've got a cluster here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Individual founders or sellers, and they have their own teams. So, but like companies, so to say, that 6 or 7 Amazon
Yeah.
businesses.
I actually counted for like a month ago, like how many 7-figure sellers we have in Estonia, and I could count 30.
Yeah.
So there's probably much more that I don't know about.
Yeah.
But these were just like
Okay.
immediate
Yeah.
circle that I knew. Like
I was talking about the people who work here.
Okay,
Sorry,
yes.
yeah, maybe
Yes.
to
Yes.
explain that.
Yes.
But then that proves that as well, is that because you put on events. So do you get a lot of overseas people traveling, or is it a lot more like the audience is mainly Estonian at your events? If you were to break down the registration list.
This year it's like I think it's like 60% Estonian and 40% abroad. But this is the first time we're doing it in English. Before it was all Estonian, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. And is from the registration list for the one that's coming in a couple of days' time? Is it similar kind of statistics there, or is it more Estonians here or more internationals?
You mean coming to the event?
Yeah, for this upcoming event.
Yeah. I think it's like 60-40 or 70-30, something like that.
Yeah, we have to go international because so many of our international friends started to ask that why can't you do it in English? You know, Amazon is done in English.
Yeah.
Why do you keep it in Estonian? And that's why we do it
Yeah.
fully international this year.
And it's so strange that we have your guys' event has been happening for multiple years, and that's the only event in the region. And Estonia is just 1.3 million people, right? And we have an event like Finland is 5 million, and like Sweden is 15 million, and there's no events there, but there's for sure there are sellers there, right?
Yeah.
So what are they doing? Where are they? Like just kind of hidden.
You mentioned to me earlier on it would be good for to be involved with Finland because of what they got and bring that melting pot together
Yes.
next year or so.
We're working on it.
All right, good job.
Yeah, they have a very, very strong community. So
So where are we now? Like we're talking today, where are we now? Where do you feel the development within inside of the community? How far you come in terms of obviously there's 7-figure businesses being run out of Estonia. What are you doing in terms of teams as well? Has you got distributed teams, or is it mainly Estonians, or are you using the Philippines for support staff? Starting with you.
Yeah, our team is almost 100% here in Estonia. We have one VA currently that is working remotely from the Philippines, but there's been other sellers like Victor. His whole team is in the Philippines. So I think in the best days he had like almost 40 people in the
30, 40.
Yeah, so he's been running the Philippines team for years. But yeah, I don't have only one person working from the Philippines. We'll see how it will go in the future, if we're gonna expand that or keep it the same. But yeah, mostly here right now in Estonia.
Yeah, and you that teams.
Very similar. Customer services from US, and the rest everybody is here in Estonia.
Yeah, same. And the reason why we're having like everybody's doing the same model pretty much is that we want to see face to face. Amazon is pretty complicated. It has so many unpredictabilities, and you have different time zones and different language, knowledge. And you just need to have a person here to figure out what we're going to do next.
Yeah.
So it's much easier. Even though you pay 3-4 times more salary than the Philippines, it just makes it worth completely.
Yeah, Neeme, you've got yours is a family affair, isn't it? A lot of your family and stuff.
Yeah, we have family involved, and 4 of us are here, and we don't have any team in Estonia, and we don't want to hire anyone to our office.
Yeah,
just for you.
Because you don't like people.
We don't want to. We would be really bad examples how to work in office and stuff. So
I've seen you after dark.
Yeah, that's why we only have like online, mainly through Upwork, and we also hire that kind of people who know their area already, and they need to kind of understand and manage themselves. We have like maybe like a monthly calls or individually, and team calls almost never. Just a waste of time. They need to know what to do, and when I go to office, I want to focus on things I want to do myself.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different model than the rest of. But that's why it's very good with this Estonian community that usually when you work in a bigger company, you have this summer days, winter days, some social activities. So this Amazon Estonia community actually pretty much covers that part, that you have the social part, and then in office you can work. in our case.
Yeah, and maybe one thing, sorry, before we have this small mastermind, which I think quite helpful as well. Like we're once a month we get together and like talk like problems that we have in our businesses. So there we can.
I was going to come to that.
Yeah,
It's a question.
sure.
Being in
Yeah.
this building, do you have that healthy competition where you're driving each other on?
Absolutely.
So if someone gets a win and then it inspires you to,
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. We have celebrated your actually successes. I remember we showed up with balloons and throw the party when you
Absolutely.
reached a new, I don't know, revenue goal, right? Remember?
Yeah,
So we
and,
have to celebrate
your,
for sure.
like huge numbers, our exit, like we're eating cake together. At
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
time, you know, when people's accounts are blowing up,
Mhm,
some
then we cry
shutdowns
together.
are happening, you know, you see an Amazon seller with red face going around, you know something is wrong. So you're just gonna go and, you know, ask, you know, what's going on. So that's the thing. You're just gonna come to the morning coffee and you just figure out what's the situation today.
I think that's quite helpful when you have a rough day or I don't know, bestseller is shut down or your account is shut down and you have a shoulder to cry on and
Yes.
and after, okay, what should I do? Should I just go hang myself
And
or
see,
what should I do?
that is so funny. We don't really consider each other as competitors. We just take each
now
other
in
as
healthy competition,
friends.
like you drive each other on,
Yeah.
like not competing against each other.
No.
It's like you get a win, you get an exit, I want an exit, and it inspires you.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, and
Exactly,
we all know
exactly.
each other's products as well. Throughout, we sold each other's products, like launching programs, whatever. So we don't go to each other's playground at all.
I think it's a good belief level raise when you hang out with all other
Mhm.
people here too. Because I remember like 5 years ago, we were at Alvar's grill party and there were like 6 or 7 sellers we only knew. And like the big goal was to have $1 million business. Like that was like a dream to get in like the next couple of 3 years. But now it's like 100,000 a month. It's like it's like a small stepping stone to the
Yeah.
next in your mindset, in your belief, right?
Yeah.
So it's
And I remember so vividly how like Alvar was pushing the envelope in my mind that like raising the bar with the revenue, like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, like the monthly revenue going up. Oh my God, is it really possible? Like how can you add like 10,000 more and more and more? And now like 100,000 more, like million more per month is not a problem. So like the bar has been raised so many
we
times,
raise
so
each
much
other's
higher.
bars
Yeah.
constantly, and
Yeah.
right now you are on the leading run
Is
for
it?
that. Yeah, with the team size, with revenue, so yeah.
Yeah, but like at seller sessions or at Vegas events or like there you meet 9-figure sellers, right?
Yeah.
And, like you're like a small kid looking up at those big boys, like 650 million per month per year.
Ash
Okay,
Thompson.
let's do it.
So Ash Thompson's here. He's a 9-figure seller.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Very tall. So you,
Yeah, I
everyone literally is looking at. I know he's the big man here.
Yeah, exactly.
Ash is tall as well.
Ashley's tall too, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely talking to Ash and like other sellers who are like above 9 figures, like again opens my eyes and like it's possible, like they've made it. So yeah, so you again you break this kind of a glass roof for yourself, and okay, they did it, I can do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Going back to you, because we skipped around a bit,
Sorry.
your team, where is your team based? Is it here? You got a distributed team?
I tried out Philippines once, but at the end, Estonians work out better. It's just easier to communicate. And
Yeah.
just for me, my preference, I like to have people around and have at least somebody to talk. Otherwise, it's only fight with your computer and programs.
And Amazon.
But let's get on to that. What's the most outrageous thing that's happened to you while selling on Amazon? Like shut down?
Yeah,
et
I
cetera?
can't
What's-
shut down. It's
Give
the
me
worst.
one of those days where the shit hit the fan and everything you touched didn't turn to gold, it went the other way. Have you got some of those?
Yeah, like, well, the two major things that have happened in our business was at one time, account shut down, and also like the bestseller shut down. I remember we're again like so great that we have this community. I remember when the bestseller was taken off, and I was just happened a few days before. I was supposed to talk at some event that we held here in Estonia about selling on Amazon, how great it is, and like the bestseller shut down. Like life sucks so bad right now, and I have to put a smile on my face and go talk about how great business Amazon is. But what kept me going was like just like the other Amazon sellers that I knew, like shoulder to cry on and like talk how miserable my life is and like how everything is fucked but I knew that somehow I'll figure it out. I'll work until 4 a.m. in the morning talking to the US and like trying to solve this stuff. And it's just like if I persevere, then I will work it out. And we worked it out, and everything went better as planned in the upcoming months and so forth.
Yeah, well, one of the weirdest things that happened to us is our bestseller got shut down by a copyright infringement claim. And for like 2 months, we were trying to figure out what's going on. We hired services. We were in touch with Amazon every day. And in the end, we figured out that it was our own variation violating our bestseller. And Amazon, for some reason, thought that our own variation is like one variation is affecting, like is violating the copyright of the other variation of our own product. And they shut down the bestseller, which is like 30 or 40% of revenue. It's like for 2 months, it's like, what happened? It's like weird stuff, very weird stuff.
And how did you get it back? Are you still unaware, or is it just trying a load of different things? Or
No,
is it specific things?
we opened a lot of cases. We had different services, and like piece by piece, you put the puzzle together, like where the issue really is. And then once you figure it out, okay, here's the issue, and you survey it to Amazon, okay, we figured out what's the issue. Can you please fix it now? Because it seemed like from their side, like even like at least the front level employees didn't even understand what was actually going on. So that's like a quite typical, not typical, but weird.
You got kneecapped to the tune of 300K a month.
Yes. And the crazy thing was we were fighting actually with AI of Amazon. So I would consider that to be like futuristic problem for us to be facing computers rather than people.
Computer says no.
So computers said no. We had a category issue, like we are completely white hat. We don't do even gray hat tactics. And AI said that the category is wrong, and the person went there and changed it. So we had the product back for like 5 hours, and then the AI went and just wrote it over. So it took almost 6 months to fight with the AI. So that was a complete nightmare, because we understood this is an AI. You can only fix it by programming. So customer support is not going to help us.
And then you got that sorted, but you lost 300 grand a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
For an extensive period of time, like 4 months or something.
What about yourself?
There's monthly everything, something always happens. So,
Yeah, but what's the biggest disaster? There's always going to be something on a monthly basis.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest was, I mean, like psychologically, was of course when your whole account is kind of shut. Actually, it wasn't like shut down. It was like someone tried to steal or change the bank account. That was like 3 years ago. Someone got our passwords, I think, and then there wasn't this two-step verification back then. So anyway, we just realized that, oh, there's some weird currency in a payout just before. And then we looked, oh, someone has changed the bank account. So we changed it back ourselves and fixed it and changed the passwords, and everything was good. And then we thought, like, just in case, we'll report to Amazon that that account was kind of put there, that maybe it has been done with some other Amazon accounts as well, that you can maybe find that. But what happened is, like 1 hour later, security review came in for our own account. So still, and then it was almost kind of, you had a feeling that next day it will be open, but it lasted for like 2 weeks, almost basically. So we still lost like, but yeah, it was. But many hassles has been like, as always, with primary products, other products, and that's why we have like premium support and some other like account managers that we now can speed up the process pretty quickly. But sometimes it just takes still time. But we always just say that okay, it will come back.
Yeah, Neeme is
sooner or
amazing in
later.
chilling out. Everything
We never call to Amazon. We only write. So that already says that there is not that urgency.
And what about yourself? I know it's been a few years since your last exit, but what are some of the key problems that you face?
Alvar is really good in stories. Like every time
Let's
something
hear it.
happens, he's posting in a Skype like that long story, like really funny for us at least.
Yeah. Not for him, but for us.
Give us some of your stories.
As I had only one hit product, that was all my brand. So when the product was on, everything was great. Best days made 1 million revenue. Now maybe even making 2.5 million revenue a month. But when it was down, everything was down.
Yeah.
So I got these situations, quite a few or many, but the last one was the thing what made me to sell the brand. So one day product was down, and basically I was hitting Amazon 2 months to get to know what's going on, what's the issue. And finally I got to know that as my product was put under pesticide category, it was a mosquito trap.
Yeah.
So there was new rule that only American residents can sell it. So I tried to switch my company as an American registered LLC, but this didn't work out. So I was very confused after 2 months what to do, because I already changed the company. And basically what I did after that, I bought one American Amazon account, which were connected with American registered company. And basically I put the products to sell under that account, and then everything were fixed. Everything the sales started to come again. Basically revenue started to grow very fast, and it took me 4 months. But for me, that situation, it was literally hell, because I didn't have basically no money on my bank account. I had more than 500,000 mosquito traps.
500,000.
Unpaid bills.
500,000 unpaid bills and 30,000 mosquito traps. So that was everything what I owned by that day.
So you literally had skin in the game there.
Yeah, I had all my skin in the game. But what was actually game-changing and funny was that the account what Amazon closed and didn't allow me to sell my product, offered me same time a loan. So basically I took the loan. I said that even if I'm not managed to come back to the business, I don't care. I just take the money. But eventually I managed to put up a new account and started the sales again. And I even gave back the money to Amazon. Everybody was happy.
Didn't run with it.
So obviously with lots of changes, we had the situation with COVID, logistics, and now material costs increasing. How have you adapted your business with this in mind? What kind of impact has it had on you with regards to freight, etc.?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, shipping is still really complicated. But somehow, I don't know, our just logistics team and supply chain team just, I don't know, is working so well that they've been able to somehow steer us through the rough waters. And last year we were most of the time in stock, raised the price during Christmas period as our products are giftable, so they sell really well in Q4. But raising the price kept us in stock, and we ran out of stock just past after Christmas, and this year we're just already, now it's in June, we're already shipping containers to the US in order to be ready for Q4, and it's just do everything more earlier, 2 months more even before than we did last year, just to have everything in stock in place, and just even longer buffer times. That's the only way how to
mitigate,
to make it.
Yeah. Yourself?
Kind of similar, just order much longer up front, keep a warehouse. We have storage. Our customer service person keeps us our own storage in Pennsylvania, so that's good. So we keep a good stock there and just ship from there and resupply that warehouse. And we're just trying to look for more suppliers out of China now, to maybe Mexico or other places too. Because it's very hard to be dependent on one factory in a country where it's so bottlenecked right now, and you never know what's happened with the COVID. It's crazy policy of zero COVID. So yeah, looking for new suppliers.
Over here.
Yeah, our team is focusing on something that is very simple, but it's super hard to do. We are building 2 portfolios. Those need to be recession-proof. So we don't do any category. We do recession-proof categories. And we also do very fat margin products, which is super hard to find. So we go for the double hard.
Yeah.
Go hard or go home.
Yes.
Yeah, with us the main brand like products are made in US brand. They are like skincare things. So logistical wise, it was like it hasn't been that big of a hassle. Of course, the costs are
Just the trucking
increasing.
costs. The trucking costs increase, yeah.
Yeah, that as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
those maybe they add like 5% for the regular. Like there is one of our suppliers who every 4 or 5 months adds like 5%. Because of the cost increase, it's 5% more. So it's just adding up on the cost side. Unfortunately, the competitors, the pricing is still the same. They don't increase the price in Amazon. That's like a wonderland that every cost is going up, but the prices are mostly staying the same. So we have increased a couple of products, but we also tend to have bigger margins. So we tend to be anyway the most expensive ones in most of the main products. But yeah, we are looking an eye on that side. And during COVID, like our main product was one which kind of started selling like really high. So it was more of a like production management issue. Then we were like every day we decided how much are we going to sell that day, because we did this not fulfilled by Amazon, but then we did just directly ship from our manufacturing places the fulfillment. So we decided, okay, today we'll sell 1,500 units. It was sold out in like 1 hour, 2 hours. Then okay, let's have 500 more.
Yeah.
Again, sold out. So yeah, it was funny time there in a business wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, some other products. Yeah.
But you had a cool story where like one of your products was kind of with the hand sanitizer, kind of used it.
Yeah, it was because hand sanitizers ran out, so there was like we didn't have any hand sanitizers in our product. But
Did you put that
when the
product out based
COVID
on
came,
COVID,
then it
or
was
did
like then it came like suddenly our sales went up. And like, what is happening? Like, why is it like okay? One day it can always be like some viral video. Or, okay, second day as well, third day as well. Like, what's happening? And then we found there are some do-it-yourself recipes that included
Your product.
aloe vera in it. So
Well,
so everybody in a market, we saw that everybody who are selling aloe vera were like selling and running out of stock there.
So when we've been discussing with you, we've been talking past tense because you exit. Are you working on a new brand now?
I tried to come back and try it a year, but wasn't easy. It was the COVID time also, so everything took more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually it didn't work out. So at the moment I'm not in the Amazon business. We'll see in the future.
Yeah. What are you doing now then?
I have a lot of rental real estate properties.
Yeah.
So every day money coming in from the rental properties. Also investing in different areas like crypto, startups. So building my home house, taking time. At the moment, that's it. But I'm also looking new business opportunities to get back my tribe.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the issue. Like, when
does that not drive you being here with all these guys? Do you not get the buzz off of them to go back to Amazon, or is it you just can't do
Turn
it?
off maybe.
You see the red faces, right?
The struggle is real. Yeah, like, okay, I'm not going into that.
Yeah, especially at the moment, I really feel I'm now ready to put my skin in the game again.
Yeah.
I've got my safety, and now what is lacking is that the everyday drive and the thing that you're building your own child again.
Yeah, I think as well, because I've seen a lot of exits through the agency. Friends have done loads of shows on life after exit. It's a very interesting place because I'd expect more to go again or faster. but then there seems to be quite a few that they've got money in the bank now. So they'll spend a year, 18 months on samples. So they're coming back, but they're taking a very slow pace in doing so. But in between that, they're making investments and stuff. So with your exits, have you put money outside of Amazon into property investments and stuff?
Yep.
You have to do it. Amazon is so unpredictable. You really need to do that.
So what you invested in?
Similar, also real estate, apartments, stock loans.
You're a loan shark, are you?
Not a loan shark, but people, when they heard there's an exit, then people start coming to us for money.
Yeah, I think people who take it easy, maybe they don't have such a large team, but if you do have a professional team already, you can't really have them, 10 months hanging around in Philippines somewhere.
Yeah.
So you don't have a choice. So in this sense.
And I think if you've got a crossover brand, that makes a difference. If you sold your brand and go, I've got to start again, or you sold one of your two brands, different story.
Yeah.
Because you're staying in the game, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So the speed of coming back or coming up with new ideas and concepts, because we actually done a show, I think about 2 years ago now, we had Ellis on, we had Evelyn Demarov, we had Brandon Young, because it's not uncommon for Amazon sellers to think that I was a success here, I'm going to repeat this success in another category. Often people do fail. We've seen it time and time again, because you can't dictate your timing to the market. You can turn up to the market, but you can't say, oh, I'm going to operate like it's 2015 gold rush where it was easy to get reviews. Yeah, you don't have control over those variables.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so like what we was distinguishing, and they done some data on it, is like it's the luck of the Amazon seller. So the luck is the timing. Everyone works hard, right? Everyone's got access to a similar amount of information. Yes, there's more expensive masterminds that give you one little hack and da-da-da, but the one little hack doesn't survive on your business. But it's been very common for people to go, we'll go again, but don't reach the same heights as they did. And I think that's a lot to do with the timing, with the product, with the market that they choose. And a lot of it really does come down to, I use a boxing analogy where you say, the speed will beat power, but timing beats everything. And it's trying to nail that down. And with all the best will in the world and the best team, sometimes it doesn't work. Like you came back for a year. Okay, it was in through COVID, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't repeat that success. It doesn't mean you're unsuccessful. You've got all these properties and reinvestments now. But you're trying to get your drive back and say, do I want to do this again? I've been super successful, got an exit, made a lot of money. Come back, COVID, not so sure. I've got all of these other investments. I'm turning money over. I've got a good income coming in. And you go, do I want to go back to Amazon and do all that bullshit again? So I think it's then easier, like with you when you've got existing brands, right? Because you're not getting out the game. You haven't got to re-enter the game. You already stayed in the game, and all you're doing is just selling off one brand.
There's flywheel is still going. The team is still going, but he made like a firm stop, right? It basically went out from the business for now 3 years, right? The longer you wait, the harder it gets back.
It's also hard because one of the new brands we started, it also flopped. So we put like more than a year of time into it and over 100,000 in investment, and we had to write it off basically last autumn, winter. Because the new niche you go into is not the same as the niche you were in.
Exactly.
I think people underestimate the value of being in a niche for a long time, because it's for you, it's like second knowledge already, that you know what all the competitors do, you know how the clients think and so forth. But if you go to a new niche, it starts all over again, and getting the experience learning into it can take actually quite long time to get it right.
Yeah, you can't be overly confident. We see that after exit, you have to go through the testing period again. No one-hit wonders are going to show up just like that. And we're all actually back in zero when we start after exit. Yes, we have more knowledge, but we're still with the scraps and building everything up.
Yeah.
And so what's your strike rate? Start with me, because you release quite a bit of product. Would you say that 20-30% of your SKUs fail?
For us, we don't have many SKUs actually.
Okay.
Right now we have about 12. Or 15, let's say. But I think what has flopped is like one or two that we have said like, okay, it's not working. So somehow we have had not too many failures.
Yeah.
But I mean, which is kind of I don't know, it can be good and it can be bad.
Yeah.
So from failures, obviously, we can learn a lot. and if you don't have any failures, you might get overconfident in yourself. So definitely, if we want to bring out new products in a new niche or similar, then who knows how it will go. But right now, we're just like developing the same products that we have, bringing new variations out, and it's like being true to the same niche where we have over the years got knowledge and we know the customer avatar and understand what the customer wants and keep on serving that specific niche.
Yeah, I think we've launched over 100 products and failed on 7 or 8, but all those have been in the very recent history.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, about the same statistics, I would say not more than 10%.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And now it comes to like what is failure and not failure.
Well, okay.
In
Let's
a way,
make it
like,
clear then.
I mean, most of product that we bring on the market with the existing brand, it's they come and some of them take off, but most of them actually are like not live, not dead as well, kind of hanging there. Some are plus
That's
some
what
are
I mean. You look at your SKUs.
in a monthly level, like maybe bringing like $100 profit.
Well, that's a failure then.
Or something.
Why keep that
in
alive?
context
Yeah,
to the
just
rest of
take
the
it out,
business?
yeah.
It's like, I've seen thousands of accounts, and I often, it's always there's a 80-20 rule. Whatever account you look at, you could have 10 SKUs, the two heroes, they're killing it, they make up the margin. You could have 100 SKUs and 20 of them are doing really well. And it's constant where you go through and reframe what do you consider a success or a failure.
True.
A flop, it still can be to you, if you're doing 8 figures, $100 a month profit on a product is a flop if you're doing 8 figures, right? But then unless if you've got 10,000 SKUs, we're having a different conversation. But the reality is that would still, it's not a hit, right? You add expectations and it sells a handful a day, for instance, versus 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And it's like, do you still hold on to those SKUs or do you just work them out the system?
I mean, if it just means reordering, then it just continue because it builds the whole brand. It's part of portfolio. It fits there. Some like I know that like even if it sometimes sells like I don't know 5 units a day or something like that, there are those customers who want it and maybe they buy this and then maybe they come with that and then maybe they buy our bestseller after that if they have purchased.
The other side of that is looking at tying up capital as well. So if you've got a lot of those tying up in capital, so you're using plenty of lead time to order all that stuff 3 to 6 to 9 months ahead, depending on what you're doing. There's a lot of capital can be tied into that, whereas it could be spent on something else where you've got more chance of doing more sales. Because there's opportunity and timing costs, and there's also the capital costs, of course, as well. So we'll wrap up soon. What's the future for you? You're staying on Amazon. You're happy where you are with it. You love Jeff.
Yeah. Now, well, I've been to 2 events this year, so Vegas and your event, Danny. And this has again like opened. Okay, before the events, we had the ideas to expand off Amazon now, but now seeing the other 9-figure sellers and they are on Amazon mostly, but our plan for this year is also to expand off Amazon. So we are investing into building our Shopify store, going to Walmart.com, and going to physical retail stores. So we have service providers, agencies who are helping us with that, like outsourced, but of course building out the teams as well to support this growth internally. So yeah, definitely trying to break through out to Amazon. Out from Amazon. Sorry.
What about yourself?
Yeah, well, we're building a new brand right now, so our goal is to pretty much just get it going, but get it going like on a nice level. So it should be like a 7-8 figure brand that's coming out. But what we're doing a little bit differently this time is we're trying to build a brand with a meaning. So it's not like when we start from scratch, we started with all the websites, we started writing blog posts, doing social media and everything, and trying to tie it to like a common emotion of that target customers, of that niche target customer, and kind of like try to build like a real brand from zero, like not just sell products is essentially what we're doing. So we'll see in 2 years with how it goes.
Yeah, we have a short-term and long-term goal right now. We are hoping to be ready for the next exit in next like 16 months. And then the other brand is going to be, I don't know, exited in about 3-4 years. So we're building short and we're building long.
Yeah, we have like different avenues to go. It's like hard to predict. I mean, every year we also, beginning of year, we discuss, shall we like exit this year or not exit, or shall we sell like half of company and get some partners on to take us to the next level.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we see this, like some of the products also that retail could be really good option to expand based what we have in Amazon. So yeah, we are very slow in moving everything.
And slow Estonians here.
And you're going to try and convince the original OG to come back. All right, so we'll wrap it there. Do you want to quickly have a chat about the event this weekend? If people last minute want to fly in, this will go out today anyway.
Sure. So come join us in Estonia, in Tallinn, on in 2 days. On Saturday, we're gonna have an event with over 200 sellers from Estonia and abroad, and gonna be an awesome after party as well. Gonna be good content. There's a pre-party on Friday with saunas and drinks and snacks. So definitely looking forward for everybody to come and join the tribe and community, and you know, let's help each other build each other businesses.
Any final words from you, Egle?
See you everybody on Saturday. If you cannot join in person, you can also join online. So it's fully English.
Yeah, and the tickets, if you want to get this, is ambition.eu. Ambition, the T is instead of T, it's a Z, so it's ambition with a Z. .eu. So check it out and come join.
And then I'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah, thank
would
you.
be great.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us today. I hope you like this format. We're going to try and experiment with this whilst on the road. So we look forward to getting your feedback. Take care of yourself and your family. Much love, and I'll see you again soon.
Ciao, ciao.